Hi everyone. Today I had the privilege to speak to the youth in Atlanta at the Bouquier reunion, and I thought I would share this speech with you. It touches on the importance of keeping your culture and your identity. I'm no expert, and these ideas I share are based on my experience and what I find to be important. So, here we go. On December 26, 2013, I shared a very personal poem with the world. I was hesitant to share it as I was afraid of people's reactions, but I also knew that the topic was something that needed to be shared. It is said that the most difficult conversations are those that must be had. With that in mind, I invited Ethiopians and Eritreans to discuss a topic that was near and dear to my heart. I named the poem Iney Manegh, or Who Am I? And today, as I share this message with you, I would like to ask you the same question. Who are you? Who are you? Where do you come from? What led you to this exact moment in your life? What do you identify as? Were you born in America? Were you born in Canada? Were you born in Ethiopia or Eritrea and grew up elsewhere? Do you identify as a Habesha youth? As an Ethiopian Eritrean who grew up in the West for most of my life, I can appreciate all the difficulties that come with maintaining your culture along with assimilating. I came to Canada just a few days after turning 9 years old. I was speechless, literally and figuratively. I was presented with a new sense of reality that my language was only spoken at home. Going to school and not seeing anyone who even resembled your looks was a shocking experience. For many months, there were only a handful of students who were African or colored at my elementary school. In my class from grade 4 to grade 7, I was the only one. Nonetheless, I was always proud of who I was and my nationality. I think that's one of the most important elements of self identity, being proud of who you are, having a sense of understanding of where you come from and where your family comes from, and accepting and being proud of it, and allowing your identity to reflect in a positive manner enables others to respect you. Writing, reading, and listening were the three most important weapons that allowed me to destroy any sort of confusion that may have crossed my mind about my identity. I wrote letters to family in Ethiopia on a regular basis for over a decade to practice my writing skills. I listened to Amharic and Tigrinya music, and most importantly, I read poetry books and short stories sent to me by my uncle. Every little bit of effort to not lose yourself helps you find yourself every single day, and thus you will never be lost. As a child and as a youth, it can be difficult to constantly be living in two different worlds. There is one world in which you fit in at home with your families, and there's a second world in which you fit in as soon as you step outside of your home. One may ask, why the need to know about my culture and the history of a country in which my parents were born in when I don't live there? Indeed, a valid question, and the answer lies in how important the dynamic you have with your parents, with your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, extended family members, and members of your community is to you. If you do not have an interest in gaining knowledge about your ethnicity and its cultural practices or history, then you have to accept that you will never understand your parents and family members. This results in not being able to form a bridge of communication between the two worlds. Listen to their stories and corroborate what you hear with how it connects to their way of life before they left their homeland. You will understand why your parents talk a certain way, walk a certain way, have certain expectations, and why sometimes they may not even understand you. It is only when we gain a sense of knowledge and start asking questions that we can come towards formulating a solution. With that being said, the benefit is mutual, and just as our Habesha youth open their minds and their hearts to their culture, parents also have to be receptive of wanting to understand the Western world their children are exposed to. The conversation goes both ways. See it as passing on your parents' legacy and taking on the beautiful lessons you learn because of who they are. Be smart and know that understanding and speaking two different languages can benefit you in so many ways. You can pick up cultural references and even understand some things that may be lost in translation. One day, when you visit Ethiopia or Eritrea, you will appreciate all the effort you put into learning, or you will regret your lack of effort. I know today, as I share this with you, I'm so proud of all the effort I put in to not lose my identity, as I always feel connected to my homeland, even when I am thousands of miles away. Who am I? Born and raised in Ethiopia, I connect with the green, yellow, and red, and those are the colors of my home. Constantly hearing Tigrinya at home as a child, I connect with my Eritrean bloodline. My heart will forever rest at the borderline. As hard as it may seem for some to swallow, I am not one without the other. The agreements and disagreements of others will not change who I am. I will not waver. I stand by what I said. I will always be Ethiopian with Eritrean blood in me. I come as I am, and I am beyond proud. Who are you?